Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Real. It's Slayer Sunday, where I'll be talking about and reviewing all the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in order. Today I'm looking at Season 4, Episode 21, Primeval. We begin the episode with Buffy looking for Riley at the rec school, but of course he's with Adam, who explains Maggie stuck a behaviour chip in his chest, which he's now activated, so Riley has no choice but to obey every command. And into the credits we go. Adam goes on a long-winded rant, which Spike is bored by and wants his chip taken out, but Adam says he wants Buffy led to the initiative first, and seeing as her friends won't be talking to her anytime soon, Spike's gonna have to take care of it himself. Willow and Tara visit a hungover Giles to pick up her laptop, while Buffy mopes around her dorm before arming herself, and Anya is annoyed by Xander's lack of motivation.
So they all think you're a lost, directionless loser with no plans for his future.
He says they're right, but Anya pep talks him and says she's in love with him, and now we're back in the caves, which looks like a Jigsaw Apprentice setup. And Riley gets an underground tour of... Jesus Christ! Dr. McShifty is also there. Fuck! Stop doing that! Buffy runs into Spike, who reminds her there is valuable information on the discs, which Willow is working on when they decrypt automatically, and she gets a call from Buffy. Riley tries to talk to Maggie, who is basically a zombie, but Forrest is more like Adam, and this is going to be a bitch to categorize, isn't it? He says that Riley will become like him, and Maggie sticks a needle in his arm. Gee, thanks, Mom. The core Scoobies meet up and they realise that Spike shit-stirred to break them all up, but it's still awkward, and they establish that he's working for Adam. And the demons and Initiative are going to massacre each other so Adam can collect the body parts and start a new race.
Does anybody else miss the mayor? I just want to be a big snake.
Spike nags about his chip removal, which Adam still refuses to do just yet, while the gang discuss how to remove Adam's power source, identified by Jonathan in Superstar. Willow suggests magic, and Xander jokes they need to combine all their strengths, which Giles thinks could work. They break into the Initiative, and while they rappel down the elevator shaft, Buffy and Willow are able to have a nice heart-to-heart, and they reconcile, right before getting guns to the face. With Buffy finally where Adam wants her, Spike wants him to make good on his promise and remove the chip. And he plans to do so by removing his head, so Spike runs away, and Adam can't be arsed. Colonel McDick is bored of everyone's shit and doesn't want to listen to anything Buffy has to say, but then Adam cuts the power and pulls a cabin in the woods, and here it comes, what I've been dreading all season. Science Lady is first out, followed by her friend. Buffy tells Captain Assface to evacuate his men, but he plans to contain the problem himself, so Buffy beats up their guards and watches the carnage unfold. In the wide shot, I'm gonna say this looks like two humans. This figure at the bottom moves in the next shot. A lot of people get thrown about, but this guy surely won't survive that. A demon gets shot, but then the gunman is bitten, and somebody is down and out. And this lady gets her neck snapped. Spike is caught in the middle of it all, but just punches a few demons, until this guy is tentacled to death. Willow discovers a hidden room on the map behind 314, and then we're back to the carnage. This demon gets shot. And so does this one. The gang fight their way through, and this guy is on fire. Oop! Have a nice flight, and a vampire's having a snack, while these bodies just chill. Phew! They find the secret lab where Giles says the spell will take 5 minutes, and Buffy heads in, seeing Riley who won't respond, and Adam orders Buffy killed, but better bad guys than you have tried. While Forrest fights Buffy, Riley slices and dices himself, and the spell gets underway, and after Riley successfully removes his chip, rather painfully, he finishes off Maggie and Dr. Angelman for good. Buffy heads for Adam, while Riley stays behind to fight Forrest, and after Colonel Dipshit shoots down a demon, he finally decides to retreat. Buffy takes on Adam, which is pretty one-sided, and I wish I could ignore the terrible effects on this gun arm. So run, Buffy, run! Please stop spinning. The spell kicks in, which joins all 4 Scoobies together, making Buffy bulletproof. Too bad for Forrest, he's not fireproof. Ooh, neat trick! Adam is confused, but no time for explanations, as Buffy kicks his butt and rips out his power source, ending him for good. The spell ends as a nasty breaks in, which Spike kills for them. So they let him off for the whole siding with Adam thing. Some sooty types talk about what a massive screw up the Initiative turned out to be, as Colonel Ding Dong is killed. There are lots of bodies in this wide shot, I'll do my best, and it's declared that all trace of the Initiative is to be eliminated forever. Well, that was a lot. I think I need to lie down now. I mean, if you really think about it, not a whole lot actually happens in this episode. The first part is undoing the previous episode, and the second part is one big battle. And honestly, Adam spent so long doing nothing that it's a bit lame that he went out like a little bitch before the season had even ended. The joining of the 4 Scoobies together was a baller move, but it was kind of wasted on Adam in a way. I think most of, if not all, Buffy fans can agree that Adam is the worst big bad. And yes, he killed a bunch of people and he bested Buffy like twice, but he was still very underwhelming because he really didn't do much and didn't have much of a purpose. The Master wanted to rise again, Angel wanted to bring hell on earth, and the Mayor wanted to be a giant snake. Adam, he wanted to kill everyone and use their body parts to make new monsters, but that was only revealed in this episode. Before that, he was just meandering about. I know season 4 didn't turn out the way Joss Whedon planned due to Seth Green and Lindsay Krause leaving the show, and honestly it really showed. There are some fantastic episodes, but the season as a whole lacked cohesion and a through line, which is a great shame considering how meticulously planned out the show usually is. I know we had a rogue Slayer in season 3, but I can't help but think that Sunday was a wasted opportunity, because she was originally supposed to be a Slayer turned vampire, which is a badass idea and would have made an amazing big bad. Can you imagine if Slayer Sunday, lol, was the villain, and Faith came back and there was a big Slayer on vampire Slayer fight, and Buffy had to call on the power of the first Slayer in order to defeat her? That would have been epic! Anyway, the overarching problem aside, there is foreshadowing, especially around Riley, as he's controlled by the initiative but chooses to fight against it. Next season he will once again be manipulated and controlled, this time by Spike, but he will again make his own decision and forge his own path. Summoning the power of the first Slayer will have its consequences, which we will see in the next dumbass episode, which I really can't be asked to cover, but I have no choice. But I find it really interesting how each of the core 4 were defined in the spell. Willow is the spirit, the energy and positivity of the group. Giles is the mind, the logical, level-headed fountain of knowledge. Xander is the heart, not the strongest or most utilised teammate, but he is the glue that holds the gang together. But most interestingly, Buffy is the hand, the fighter, the strength of the group, but nothing without the support of the other 3, which is exactly why Adam and Spike were so hell-bent on breaking the group apart. Their whole plan's success rested on keeping the Scoobies separated, which is why their reunification caused Adam's downfall. They really needed more instances of Buffy versus Adam, with Adam coming out on top, to make his ultimate defeat truly satisfying. But it is a great moment that Jonathan's actions in Superstar allowed Buffy to locate and destroy Adam's power source. So good job, Jonathan. Now on to the messy affair of the deaths, and trust me, I am nowhere near confident with the number, as we get different angles of the same scene, and I can't be sure if half the people were actually dead or just on their way out. And it was hard to tell in the wide shots what was a human and what was a demon. And on top of that, the classification of Adam and Forrest versus Maggie and Dr. Engelman will differ from what the internet says. But my channel, my rules. So I count 37 deaths altogether. So we're not here all night, there were 22 humans and 10 demons killed in the big Initiative versus Demon battle, and the 23rd human was Colonel McNamara, who should have cleared out when Buffy told him to. Now here's where I fall with the main villain deaths. As far as I'm concerned, Maggie and Dr. Engelman were basically zombies, and they were both unplugged by Riley. But Forrest and Adam were much more sentient, and I know they've got demon parts, but they're also part machine, so I'm counting them both as monsters. Forrest being blown up by Riley, and Adam getting his guts ripped out by Buffy. That brings our running total to 39 humans, 1 transformation, 20 vampires, 31 demons, 1 werewolf, 3 monsters, and 2 zombies. So there you have it. That was Primeval. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want to be sired by my channel. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channels, Jane Talks Trek, Jane Talks Murder, and Jane Plays Games Badly. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and don't let the vampires bite.